Good morning. Thank you for hanging out with us here on the Carla Marie and Anthony Show. My name is Anthony.
I'm Carla Marie.
And listen, things are new today.
Yeah.
So hopefully they work the whole show.
We completely changed, and by we, I mean Tinker and Tones was in here. Look. Wait.
What?
There's so many fun things to show here.
Okay, what do you want to show?
Oh, you didn't put it on yet. I thought you did that. We like the way this table, it used to be here, and now it's here.
Which might not make a big difference right now, but for us in the studio, it does, because we can actually walk around in this table. It's wildly different. And Pierre's here. But we also have new movable cameras. So let me put this on the screen real quick. So we have this that we can put on the screen, and you'll notice I'm a little like off center. And that's because, we got our shots. Hi, Jordan.
Yeah. Yay, Jordan. What do we got today? Oh, yeah. Caramel apple.
Very Halloween.
Thank you, Jordan. So Caramel Apple Day is tomorrow.
Oh, that's an actual day.
National Day. This has butterscotch schnapps, sour apple schnapps.
Why are you saying it like that?
It.
So look, I can do this with the camera, and I can actually adjust it on the fly.
Well, guess what? So can
We're
I.
not going to do it a lot. Don't make people throw up.
I won't. I don't want to make myself throw up.
But we can now do this, which is kind of cool.
What if I hit that spinny one?
I think it resets it. So, yeah, now you got to go all the way back.
Shit.
That's why I don't just start pressing buttons, Carla Marie. But anyway, spent a lot of time this weekend setting up cameras. Not even this weekend, for 5 days in a row, basically. Setting up different cameras, moving things around. Everything that was in our old studio, or this space, was unplugged, taken apart, moved out of the room. And then some of it was brought back in, some of it wasn't. And we're still going to be tinkering a little bit, because lights are different and angles
it's also
are different.
Hard to see how things are until we're actually live, like technically seeing it right on screen, and then also living it and doing it and being like, well, this doesn't work physically or whatever. We're always, changing.
So thank you for being patient with us. We appreciate it. Thank you, honestly, for being here this morning, because anytime, especially when you own your own business like we do with this show, when you take a break, you always worry if things are going to be normal when you get back.
I was very concerned that everyone forgot about us.
Well, it looks like they didn't.
We'll see. We'll see when the numbers come in today.
Listen, we're in hype train level 7 already. So cheers to you, Carla Marie.
Hold on. Oh, this is cold.
Cheers to Seattle Cocktail Club, and cheers to everyone who, where's the camera?
Your hand is in my...
Oh, yeah. So maybe we'll do this. If you put your shot glass there, then we're good.
ED. How do I say your hand is in my... ED? B.
Your hand is in the picture, I guess. Cheers. Woo! Oh, I got to turn off. I know what's happening with my camera.
What? Oh,
I have the hand gesture thing on.
Ooh.
So it's going to keep moving it. That shot is really good.
I got the butterscotch at the end. It tastes like my grandma's candies from her purse.
It is very good. Let me, give me 1 second. I need
the recipe, SeattleCocktailClub.com.
Change one thing here. Okay. I think we got that there. Now I should be able to move my hand around and we're good. Cool.
Stay on your side.
Well, I wanted to make sure everything was working. All right, let's go back to the main screen real quick. Let's see what we got on today's list. What do we got, Carla Marie?
Back from vacation.
Yes, that's true.
Carla Marie and Anthony movie night.
I'm excited for this.
This is really cool. We'll get to that. We have a link, so make sure you click it.
And we'll need a lot of people to show up to this, because I think the whole theater is ours.
The whole theater.
Like, it's not like we're just hosting for someone. We're packing this place out with just people that we know, people from this community. So please make it there.
No Nonsense November. Eviction Notice, and also the Morning Show podcast is back with us. Came back with us.
Let's jump into movie night real quick, and we will talk about this later for people who join late.
Yes. Sorry, I was getting the link ready.
Okay.
So we are hosting a private screening of the movie Saltburn, and just Google the trailer, check it out. It's definitely a strange movie, but not like bad by any means. It's just like, I'm very intrigued. I don't know where this is going kind of thing. And it's November 7th. Hold on, let me put the link before I forget.
And it's here in Seattle,
obviously. Here in Seattle. And sorry, I copied it and now it's gone. Oh, it's right here. And
did you do the thing where you opened your phone for one thing and
No,
you ended
no,
up
no,
doing a bunch of other things?
I like copied it earlier and then it, time went by and it uncopies it for some reason.
Really?
Like forgets it.
Huh. Maybe because it's a dumb Apple phone.
Okay. Here is the link. So all you have to do is fill that out. You can send that to your entire office.
Well, only send it to people that are going to come.
Yeah, like don't send it to people that are going to sign up and then not show up.
Yeah. Because that would be bad.
But it's completely free. Just fill that form out and then come to the theater with us. Yeah, the movie company was like, we know you two can pack a theater.
We'll see.
And then I found out the theater holds 125 people.
Oh, wow. Okay, well, we'll do our best.
So listen.
So if you know 120 people, bring them. We'll figure that out as we get closer, which is actually next week.
It's next Tuesday, so we're going to be on your butts about this.
All right. Also, I just saw Martha's name pop up in the chat.
Okay.
And the weirdest thing happened while we were on vacation. There was a commercial. I'm pretty sure it was on ESPN late in the day. And it was a commercial to remind people to sign up for Medicaid and Medicare. The character's name in the commercial that they were trying to convince was Martha. And they may have said her name 800 times. I was like getting up because it was a commercial, so I was getting up to do stuff in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And all I kept hearing was Martha, Martha, Martha. And I was like, oh my God, this
was
name
it supposed to be like a gimmick on Marsha?
No. It was basically this old lady named Martha. They were trying to remind her that she had to sign up again during open enrollment for Medicaid. And
it worked.
And she didn't want to.
But it
right? So she kept saying, I'm already signed up. Why am I going to do it again?
Why does she have to do it again?
And then the voice was like, well, Martha. And they kept.
But why?
Why?
Does she have to do it again?
I don't know. It's like insurance. You have to sign into open enrollment or whatever. I don't know why. I didn't listen to the commercial that intently. All I kept hearing was the name Martha, Martha, Martha over and over and over again.
Lisa said the commercials are too much. Get that
okay,
Medicaid Advantage Part C plan.
So someone else has seen this commercial. What?
Life is a Hike said, I've seen this commercial. She was annoying AF. She wanted everything done for her.
Yeah. The Martha in this commercial, not our Martha, by the way. We love her.
Not my Martha.
The Martha in this commercial was definitely an old person who would call you a snowflake and then complain about everything in life. That's who this Martha was. She was the worst.
Joe said, I saw it a few times. I was getting PTSD from that. So, Martha, we're going to have to change your name in the chat.
It was the worst.
Commercial Martha was in her house dress.
Yes.
I can't wait to see this commercial.
Oh, man, it's bad. It's so bad. I don't know. I've started to realize, I think ESPN and maybe just Disney and ABC in general, maybe they're not doing that well financially.
Anthony literally said to me the other day, I think we can afford a commercial on ESPN.
There are some low budget commercials. They're terrible.
I tell you what, ESPN makes me think that I have erectile dysfunction.
If you watch ESPN after 8:30,
I'm like, do I?
You're bald, your wiener doesn't work, and you're fat. Like, those are the only commercials.
Seriously, I'm like, maybe we give society so much crap for being mean to women, but like, they're throwing some digs at men over here.
Oh, yeah. Frank Thomas is going to tell you your wiener doesn't work.
I don't know who that is.
Frank Thomas, the baseball player? Oh, no, he's not going to tell you your wiener doesn't work. He's going to tell you he's looking great over 50 because he takes Nugenics. And guess what, fellas? The lady's going to like it, too.
Like, I watch these commercials. I can't.
Yeah, but if you watch ESPN that late, but the good news is
we should do a commercial. Hold on.
Yeah.
You want to do a commercial on ESPN? We should do it like for the morning show podcast, but in the tune of an erectile dysfunction commercial.
Yeah. There was
why did I just do that with my mouth?
Who was it? I think Chevy did a low EV or something. They did something this winter.
It was Super Bowl. It was Super Bowl.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
But the good news about ESPN telling you that you are fat, your wiener doesn't work, and you're balding, is they've got a pill for all of those things.
Yeah.
So you're fine. You just have to buy Nugenics, Hims, and whatever.
And like working out, eating healthy, and just accepting the fact that you are aging None of those.
No, you don't do that. No one wants to accept the fact they're aging. That's something that I think both men and women deal with. No one wants to really accept it.
No.
Right? Like, think about all the things you put in your hair and on your face and into
Look,
your
I can
skin.
still move my eyebrows, but my
Yeah, we all do it.
forehead looks great.
Do people still sell toupees? Do people wear toupees still outside of Uncle Johnny from Elvis's show? I feel like you don't see those anymore. Speaking of hair loss.
Speaking of, we got one on our dining room table.
No, that's a wig on the dining room table. Does anyone here know someone that wears a toupee?
I don't. It's got to be so nerve-wracking.
Wearing a toupee?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, women wear wigs.
Different. I feel like they stay on your head better.
Maybe because they're
Because
like
you
longer, so
often-
they're weighed down.
And unless you are bald, but often you have hair that wig can clip into for women.
Okay.
Sometimes. Again, all depends on what we're working with.
What do toupee wearing men, do they glue it to their head?
That I don't know. Does it have like one of those, like, those mats you can put on your floor that don't move?
Or some putty? Someone's got to know.
Kiara says my uncle does.
How do they? Yeah, I'd love to know what keeps it in place. What can you do? You can't go swimming or on roller coasters, right?
Doesn't Donald Trump wear one?
No, I think his hair is real. He might have had implants though, because of the way it kind of like does like a little thing in the front. I don't know what to call that thing. Him and Biden both have kind of like weird hair. They got creepy hair, both of them. Because
they're old men that are still trying to style their hair in a way that you can't do when your hair is wire.
Let's see. There's toupee TikTok. Toupee talk on TikTok. Is it just dudes talking about like toupee best practices?
It's gonna. You do know that we will see these videos today.
Probably. I mean, send them if you ever come across a toupee video, whether it's on Reels or TikTok. Send it my way. Oh, my brother Justin said he famously has plugs. Who is that?
Trump.
Biden or Trump?
Trump.
Because I think Biden also does.
You could see his head. Like, you can see the...
Yeah, that doesn't mean he didn't have hair plugs at some point.
They're not working well.
I bet you the ones that are still there are the ones that are plugs.
I don't even know what he looks like.
Huh?
I don't even know. Like, I don't...
What Joe Biden looks like?
Yeah, I like either of them. I'm just like, I see your face and I keep scrolling.
That's because he's still in his campaign basement. That was like the whole thing. He doesn't come out of his basement.
Who?
Biden. I don't know. I don't know your grandpa. Is that who you heard?
I would say he has hair like him, but no.
Let's see. Justin said he was talking about Trump. He doesn't know about Biden in terms of the toupee or the hair plug thing.
I can't wait till we have a woman president.
I mean, she can also have wigs.
I know,
and hair
but she's going to have
plugs
such cool outfits. Those are things I care about.
I'll tell you what. She probably won't.
Why? She's going to wear what? Pantsuits?
Yeah.
Nah.
What does Kamala wear? Pantsuits.
Pantsuits.
Right? What did Hillary wear? Pantsuits.
But not, those are like, we need new gen.
What we need is Lauren Boebert wearing whatever she wore to that Beetlejuice performance. We need to really sex up the White House a little bit.
We do.
If anyone doesn't know what we're talking about.
Sex sells.
If anyone, and I am not going to talk about her policies or anything. Talking about
speak for themselves.
What this woman did at a Beetlejuice performance, a staged performance of Beetlejuice, where she got kicked out. If anyone doesn't know what we're talking about, Lauren Boebert is the representative from, I believe, Colorado's 3rd district.
I didn't realize it was Colorado.
And she was kicked out of a Denver theater because her and her new boy toy, because I guess she's going through a divorce, were like making out and fondling one another, and she was smoking her vape in the middle of the theater, and people were asking her to stop, and she didn't.
He was sticking her hand down her shirt.
They were like really going at it.
It's like awkward to watch.
When I first heard the story, I was like, oh, they were probably like smooching, maybe.
No smooching.
No, they were really doing things.
Was it a Beetlejuice adult play?
No, it was just Beetlejuice.
Cool.
Yep.
Cool.
It was some things. But that's who if she was in the White House, I'd imagine some interesting outfits. Because she still wears bedazzled jeans as well.
Oh, maybe they're coming back.
It's a big thing for the Boebert clan. Bedazzled jeans.
I'd love to get her on the show.
She would be interesting. I feel like if anyone that gets Lauren Boebert on a show, whether it's like a news show or whatever, podcast, you have to be prepared to just like let the trains run off the track a little bit. You like intro the guest and then they take over and then you close it out. I don't think you really have like a full conversation.
I would love to get them on just to be like, talk about things that have nothing to do with politics, right?
Like don't scream at someone.
No, but watch them like bring it back to something, right? Like, because when they're on those shows, they're obviously talking about politics and it's almost easy for them to like say, yeah, but this is what I think. But I'm like, oh, what's your favorite artist? Well, artists today are too woke. What?
I'd like to see what she thinks of like, because she's a Colorado girl.
Yeah.
I'd love to see what she thinks about Russell Wilson beating Travis Kelce yesterday and Patrick Mahomes.
That would be an interesting.
Like, let's get some Lauren Boebert sports
she would
commentary.
Have something to say about the NFL and their.
Look at movie reviews from Marjorie Taylor Greene.
We did.
Let's get drink recipes from AOC. Let's just break this whole thing down. That's what we should do. Politicians, as you've never seen them before, being normal humans. What else do we have on the list today, Carla Marie? Oh, we did talk about it. Movie night. Oh, No Nonsense November.
Okay, this is you.
This is going to be interesting.
I'm joining, I guess.
Well, you could. You could not. You do whatever you want. You're a grown-ass woman.
I am.
So I found out that apparently at my 6-month point after tearing my Achilles, which is going to be December 6th, then I'm basically cleared to do anything I want within reason. Like I shouldn't be joining any like track teams and doing sprint competitions.
Can you play basketball?
I should be able to play basketball again. So 6 months after my injury is December 6th, which is just over a month away. Mm-hmm. And I know that I'm going to want to be pretty active and I'm going to want to feel normal. And I thought to myself, as I've been less active since I've torn my Achilles, I put on maybe 5 or 10 extra pounds. I'm not as mobile as I used to be.
That is why I gained weight too.
Why did you gain weight?
Because you did.
Oh, I don't think that's how that works.
Sure does.
But I was like, you know what? I'm going to spend the month before that trying to get myself into shape as much as I can, changing my diet a little bit, doing a little bit more like steady cardio, and since I can't like sprint yet. That way I can be in a better position when I'm finally cleared to do everything.
Okay.
So I decided I'm going to do No Nonsense November, which is where I cut out drinking for the most part.
Did you make the name up or?
Yeah, I don't know. It seemed pretty easy.
I don't know if it was like a thing.
Oh, no.
Like Movember.
No Nonsense November. I like alliteration. Big fan of it. So No Nonsense November is going to be where I fix my diet.
Okay.
Right? So I'm going to cut out a lot of things. There's going to be absolutely no soda through the entire month. Not a drop of soda. I'm going to cut down.
What are you going to do at the movie next week?
I'll just have some water.
With your popcorn?
Yeah.
Are you going to have popcorn?
Probably not. Which is going to be, that'll be the tough thing for me. Everything else is actually pretty easy. Not doing soda and popcorn at a movie is going to be tough. But I'm going to cut out a bunch of crap from my diet. The only 2 days I'm going to give myself in the entire month to like do whatever I want, except for soda and some other things, is this Sunday when I'm in Vegas with my dad for the Raiders game, and then Thanksgiving.
That's fair.
I built in 2 days that I can actually enjoy myself.
I think.
And I'll enjoy myself all the other days as well.
All right, I'm definitely going to build in Apple Cup Day.
Okay.
And
well, you're not going home for Thanksgiving.
No, but Thanksgiving, I'm working.
Okay.
And I don't know, like, what are we going to do after? Maybe some coworkers, eat some turkey somewhere. But turkey's good.
Exactly. Turkey's not bad for you. But the idea is I'm going to make sure I sleep better. I'm going to have a whole list of things that I want to do.
So your brother asked for a list. He may want to join you.
Okay.
Because I love starting in November 1st because, like, we got to eat all your Halloween candy on Tuesday night.
You're not trick-or-treating. Where are you getting Halloween candy?
Well, here's the thing. We give out bags of chips because I loved getting the Rogue bag of chips as a kid.
Okay.
And it was like a fun thing to eat while you were trick-or-treating because,
yeah,
candy's great to eat while you're trick-or-treating, but that's like a full snack. And last year I gave it out, and it was like, kids were like, whoa.
People were excited.
Yeah.
Okay.
And parents were like, that's interesting. I'm like, Doritos, what?
What I wanted to do, and when we most recently went to Costco, they didn't have them anymore. I wanted to do the little Pokemon packs.
We're not giving
I feel like kids would have lost their minds.
Okay. Well, I'm glad they didn't have them.
Why?
Because we're not giving out Pokemon cards.
Oh, you don't want to make the kids happy on Halloween? You hollow Scrooge?
Okay. So
You
anyway.
Scrooge weenie?
Oh, It's Me Meat says, I want to do this, except I'll have a newborn, so I can't commit to sleep. I want to keep my diet in check for sure.
Okay, so when we come back tomorrow, we'll have the full list because tomorrow will be the 31st.
Can I make it a cute PDF?
You could do whatever you want. And then what we'll do, instead of, I was thinking about doing like YouTube videos or something, which there are some nutritionists and whatnot that I've already recorded with that I'll post soon. But maybe we just do this in Discord. We post it in Discord and people can follow along because there's a workout channel in there or a fitness channel in Discord. We can do it all through there.
And it's kind of fun to do now because December becomes full on crazy. You've got Hanukkah, you've got Christmas, you've got people taking off, New Year's Eve, and then it's like, oh, January. But if you kind of get on a healthier track now, even if you fall off in December, it makes starting things in the new year less of a shock to the system.
And I think in No Nonsense November, you should be able to build in maybe there's 30 days in November, three, not necessarily cheat days. You don't want to go crazy, but like if you've got a Friendsgiving or Thanksgiving, enjoy yourself.
And something that Sean T, he is a fitness guru, workout monster. I don't know what we call him, but he works for Body, formerly Beachbody. One of the things he said when we had him on our show forever ago was if you get hungry and you have like, I don't know, a brownie, that doesn't mean your whole day is ruined, right? Don't think in that moment like, well, this day's down the drain, I'm going to let it go down. Because he's like, no, you don't have to make it worse. So what? You had a brownie, you can continue back on track later that day. Don't throw it out just because that
brownie, pizza, soda, beer,
just because you did that. So it's all about balance, kids.
Let's see. Lenny from Queens said, can't enjoy Halloween or Thanksgiving, trying to get bikini ready for December. Well, then maybe join No Nonsense November.
Yeah. Marijuana. Sorry. Thank you for the gifted subs.
I think the other part of doing it in November, and yes, Thanksgiving falls in November. Maybe you make an exception for that day. But like you were saying, Carla Marie, is if you've done the work ahead of time, you can feel a little more free during the holidays. You know, and if you're sitting there thinking, I feel fine as it is, then don't do anything. If you feel great, keep doing what you're doing. If you don't feel great, or if you want to work towards a goal, then you're going to have to change some of your routine. Yeah. You know, just because we're doing something doesn't mean anyone else has to do it. But if you'd like to, you're more than welcome to join. So No Nonsense November will kick off on Wednesday.
Oh, we're not here.
It doesn't matter. We'll talk about it tomorrow, and then everyone can do it on their own. So tomorrow we'll come in with some suggestions. That's your homework. And what are some things that you would do, Carla Marie? For No Nonsense November, what's some nonsense?
I feel like I've been slacking on the water game.
Me too, actually.
Because it's not hot out.
I think that could be it.
So you're not like parched. So you don't want to,
Well, you're also just not as active normally in the winter.
So I really want to up the water game.
Okay.
Sleeping is a thing.
Do you have a water tracking app?
Yeah, but I can just do 2 Stanleys. There's my app. 3 Stanleys.
I'm telling you, you're going to want an app.
I have it. I paid $6 for it like an idiot.
That's silly.
I know. It was a while ago, but it's paid off now. I've had it for like 3 years.
What does it do that's so special? Why did you pay for it?
It's a body, and it fills you up as you put in your water.
Let me see this app.
It's called Water Minder. I mean, I don't recommend it. There are free ones. I don't know why what the hell is it? Yeah, I have I have a log water. Oh, that's my shortcut. Let's see. Oh, I just added it to the thing.
Do you not know how to use a phone?
It's not showing up for some reason.
Did you delete it?
No, because the water log. What happens if you buy an app and then like the app company discontinues it and it disappears?
If they discontinue it, it should. I don't think they can pull it off of your phone. So I don't know what.
It's not showing up.
Okay, well,
I paid
for
your
it. Stupid app. You can re-download it even if you've purchased it before.
Yeah, but it's not showing up in the. What a time.
Because like mine is just water drink. It's a green icon.
Oh,
and as I go, so I had what do I have today? 8 ounces. I just tap it and it puts a cup right there.
That's cool.
And then you can actually, my daily goal is 123 ounces.
You can build shortcuts too into like Siri and be like, hey Siri, log my water, and she'll do it. Oh, it's called Water Tracker, Water Minder.
But I feel like we've spent too much time looking for your $6 app.
Oh, it was undownloaded from my thing. Okay.
Oh, okay.
What I was going to say about traveling.
Don't spend $6 on it.
No. What I was going to say about traveling and because I know a lot of people travel for Thanksgiving, whether you're driving or flying.
Yeah.
Something I started doing on a lot of our flights now is I have like it's a clear plastic Tupperware, and I will build out a little snack box before I travel. Even put like a little sandwich in there, whatever it is, so that I'm not spending. Well, we spent $60 at the airport for breakfast and we didn't get anything crazy.
No, it was 2 breakfast sandwiches and water, I think.
It was like nuts.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not doing this ever again.
I will say, I know it sounds ridiculous about spending $60 on a breakfast sandwich. Those sandwiches were very good.
They were Beecher's cheese breakfast sandwiches.
It was, the Beecher's cheese stand in the
a while
airport.
ago, though.
It was a couple months ago.
So now I do that when I travel. A, then you are controlling what you're eating. And B, you're not spending a butt ton of money at the airport. So.
There was Run Like a Husky said, if you have where'd it go? Oh, no. Where'd it go? Oh, there you go. If you have a Samsung, which is Android, you can track water in the included Samsung Health app.
You don't use those. You don't trust them.
It's not that I don't trust them. I don't have a Samsung.
Oh. Do you have a health app on Android?
Yeah. Well, there's Google Health has their own app.
You should probably do that. I know you don't want to give Google like your information, but for me, like if I go down.
Well, Google has all of my information.
But I'm saying they're like EMTs can immediately get into my phone, my health app, get all my emergency contacts, know any medication I'm on, all of that.
I don't think I'm very fortunate in that I don't think the EMTs need to know.
How are they going to get me? So I can say goodbye, just in case.
You're not going to want to do that. Just remember me as I am, Don't remember me after I get hit by a car. Remember me like in this moment.
Okay. This is it.
Pretty normal,
Before I forget, so Ramiracles, who's in this chat, I said if you were here before the show started, when we were just playing in the background, I said a story about him. Yesterday before the Seahawks game, I was getting like mic'd up, so they put in my earpiece and stuff so I can hear what's going on, and they're wiring me, and I'm on the sideline, and I hear someone yell, Carla Marie, and they wave at me, and they're like, I don't know, 10 rows back, and I like wave back. I don't know who it is.
Yeah.
Hi. And then I look at my phone like an hour later, and I had a message from Ramiracles that said, that was me that said hi to you. And I was
That's
like,
awesome.
What?
I know Claire was at the game too yesterday. I didn't get to catch up with her, but I know she saw Fred.
Yeah.
Fred the mailman was there, obviously, as well. And then there was someone else that was at the game.
I forget their name, but they messaged me on something. They messaged me on Instagram. They're not even from here. I believe they're from Ohio.
Trucker Omar?
No.
He's not in Ohio. Let me get this cup out of the way. Cheese Dot, welcome back, sir. Cheese Dot was just in Leavenworth this weekend.
Was it Christmassy yet?
No, he missed it by a week. Gotta wait till I think they actually do wait till Halloween, and then they make it all Christmassy.
That makes sense. Ramiracle said that was their first Seahawks game.
Oh, that's awesome. Listen, that was a good game yesterday. I don't know if anyone actually caught the Seahawks-Browns game, because not necessarily two great teams at the moment, but
Seahawks are not.
That's true. The Seahawks are actually in first place.
5-2, bro.
They've tried very hard. They've tried so hard to not be good, and they keep actually winning games at the end. So, again,
it was a buzzer beater.
They were trying all game to lose to the Browns.
Not at the first. At first, they were doing good.
Very quickly, and then it was just very boring. And then they actually they pulled away at the very end, 30 seconds left in the game, won it, and it was probably one of the more exciting football games I've ever been to.
Yeah, it was cool.
Well, let me take it back. The beginning and the end were very exciting. The middle, pretty painful.
But you had entertainment.
I did.
And you had Montel Jordan performing.
Let's talk about something.
Did you watch Montel Jordan?
I did. It was great. He actually did. It was a great halftime performance.
So fun. Like I was right on the field just sitting here watching him like dancing.
Who was it? The last game I went to was Modest Mouse.
Yes.
Not great.
Yeah, it's just
they were okay.
Yeah.
They played Float On last. Everyone knew that song. First two songs, not that many people knew. And I do get spoiled because when I go to the stadium in Vegas, every single week, it's a ridiculous A-list artist doing the halftime show. And that's because they're all there for the casinos for doing their performances.
Makes
so, like,
sense.
Steve Aoki is often there.
Cool.
Marshmello was at the first game. Santana, think about this, one of the best guitarists of all time, did a preseason game in Vegas. And then last year was Sublime with Rome. They did a full set, which was great. But I will say Montel Jordan this week, God bless you.
Thank you.
One of the better halftime performances I've ever seen.
He was great. He was so nice.
Yeah.
Like, got there in the morning for rehearsals at 8:30 a.m., which is not like a little struggle sometimes getting artists to do that.
Yeah.
He went through rehearsals twice, and was very much like, "Is this where I should be?" Like asking questions, being so kind, introducing himself to people. Took photos with all of us like after his performance, and right beforehand I was like, "I'm the one introducing you." By the way, he's like, "Oh, cool, blah blah. What's your name?" And then afterwards, he's like, "Thanks for the introduction." I was like, "Whenever you need one, call me. I'll show up."
Apparently, Nara said that when she was in Vegas 2 weeks ago for a game, T.I. was the halftime performance. I would have lost my mind if it was T.I. I'm going this week. My dad and I are going to Vegas. I don't know yet.
Do you want me to look it up?
No.
I'll find out from my NFL people.
No, I'll just go. And then at halftime when they say, give it up for...
You don't get the email ahead of time of who's there? You definitely do. Everyone that has a ticket gets the email.
My emails don't go to me. They go to my cousin Rudy, who owns it. He's the one whose like name is actually on the tickets. So he probably gets it.
What if it's like...
You know what we realized, and I don't know if we talked about this, is we had pre-sale tickets to Taylor Swift in Vegas and just completely...
I know, we've talked about
this. We did talk about this, okay. Beyonce too, could have done that.
But you were going to complain about something when I said I was the entertainment and then...
Oh, so I will say this. You and your team do a very good job of... with the different bits and stuff that you guys all do, all the different hits you have, the games you play with fans, the heartfelt stuff that you guys do as well. But there were two very interesting choices in yesterday's game. And it must have been a timing thing.
I can't comment.
It must have been a timing thing. I can comment, though, because I don't work there. So.
Technically, sir.
I worked there once.
You signed a 3-year contract.
Anyway, they could fire me, I guess. I don't know. Listen, I get it. I know what they're doing. It was just interesting timing. So at the very end of the game, the Browns have the ball with the opportunity to run out the clock and win the game. And I don't know why they decided to, but they decided to throw the ball. And the Seahawks intercepted it.
It was bizarre.
And the place, there's like maybe 2 minutes left.
Video of it.
Place goes absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts. Fans are jumping. The players that aren't in the game are like partying with the fans.
Losing their minds, like on the bench, like getting the crowd going. It was so fun.
Again, one of the better football in-game experiences that I've ever seen. Yeah. And the public address announcer gets on and is like, all right, guys, it's time for Seahawks karaoke. You guys all voted, and here's the song we're going to sing. Now, keep in mind, place is going nuts. DJ Super Sam is playing whatever song was getting everyone pumped up, and they start playing I Want It That Way by the Backstreet Boys.
That's what the people voted on.
I understand it was just a really weird time to go from like, rah, to I Want It That Way. And then after that, you guys tried to sneak the wave in there.
So apparently the wave started at the Kingdom, which is the old stadium.
Allegedly, yes.
Which was imploded, and now we have Lumen Field.
Yeah.
And since it was our throwback game, we wanted to do the wave.
It was just weird timing for everything. It was like they almost told you, like, hey, we got 16 seconds. Go do the wave and come back.
I love the wave, though.
I'm not a wave fan.
I know you hate the wave. I love the wave. It's so fun to be a part of that many people doing one thing.
The wave is great.
It gives me chills.
The wave is great if you were watching a crappy baseball team play.
It was not the time for the wave.
Right? Like, if you're watching the A's take on, I don't know, this year's Red Sox. Both teams are under 500. Teams are terrible. No one cares. Do the wave. You're not watching good baseball. Go do the wave. Enjoy yourself in the crowd. But when it's, I don't know, a minute or two left in a game, there was just a crucial turnover. Places going nuts. You don't need the wave. People are already standing. So it was just very interesting. And then thankfully the energy picked right back up. And I think part of the reason the wave failed was because no one could actually hear you guys because the place was so loud.
I couldn't hear me.
Yeah.
I have a video of just like the last. Oh, I'm on the Bluetooth, so it's actually loud. Am I connected?
There you go.
I think this is the touchdown. You don't need to see it. It's just. Every time those
I was not expecting the fireworks.
Every time gets me.
It got me. I pooped a little bit.
That was so fun. I screamed.
No, it was a great game. And like I said, your team does do a very good job. I think the Seahawks social team
They're the best.
is really good.
Those are my peeps.
And
I was
the
hanging out with
Seahawks,
them on Friday night.
Your entertainment team is also very good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Are we allowed to, like, talk about that?
I went to a party with people that I work with at Seahawks.
I didn't sign anything.
I did. Shut up.
But it was a very good time.
So I was Dwight for Halloween.
Oh,
We
yeah.
didn't talk about that. We needed a photo.
No, we don't.
I
You're
need a thing where I can just click something and photos of mine show up.
We'll work on that. And I was working on, getting this thing working this weekend. Why does this thing keep moving on me?
Mine's not.
I know. I got to turn this stuff off.
So I got to go to a Halloween party with a bunch of people that I work with, and it was so much fun because I really haven't, other than like two of the people, haven't hung out with them outside of a
Which
work
is important.
thing.
You should.
Yeah, and got to like pregame at one of my coworkers' houses, and we were all just hanging out, and I was dressed as Dwight from The Office, and full on like wig dressed as Dwight. And I said this on the way there to some of the people that I was with. I was like, here's the thing. I don't see these people enough for them to know it's me when they see me.
Yeah.
So this is going to be awesome for me, right?
Because you're just going to be a weirdo.
Because I'm the person at the party that no one is recognizing. It sucks when you're the other way around.
Yeah.
Sure enough, this guy that I see often, like interact with, said he went 30 minutes before realizing it was me and then was looking at me like, what? And it was so...
Well, you didn't look like you at all.
No.
Yeah.
It's bizarre. It is bizarre. So then we started talking, and I was like, it is crazy what, like, a wig and glasses will do. How, like, you can just... I don't understand, then, how celebrities don't, like, disguise more often. Or maybe they do. And I said, also, why do people wear masks when they rob a bank? You can look like a completely different person.
Well, I say this every year around Halloween. I can't, like, crime has to go up, right? It has to. If I'm just allowed to wear a mask and, like, be accepted anywhere... You just walk into a place, steal a bunch of stuff, and walk out.
A lot of places don't let you wear masks anymore.
What do you mean?
Like events, stores.
Really?
You can't wear full masks.
Where?
It's literally everywhere you go. It's like no masks. Like you couldn't have them at the game yesterday. I don't think those some guys.
There are people wearing
actually.
masks.
I don't know. I always see like our mask policy, and I'm not talking COVID mask, Halloween mask.
Huh. I got to look into that more.
Yeah.
Because it makes sense, right? If you're just going to go cause some trouble, put a mask on when everyone else is wearing a mask, and then you can change it. And it was like, they're taking the police report.
Yeah.
All right, ma'am, what did the perpetrator look like? Well, he was dressed in the Scream mask. Well, you lost the Scream mask. Now you can't find anyone. That's it.
I am deciding what I'm going to dress up for tomorrow.
I'm going to wear a Halloween-themed shirt tomorrow.
Come on.
I didn't spend any time looking at costumes this year. I'm not going to go buy a...
No, but you could be something.
Yeah. Awesome. As I always am.
You can wear a suit. I can make you a dead salesman.
Why would I want to be a dead salesman?
Like Death of a Salesman.
What are you breaking over there? Wait, you know what we could do? We can say, Carla Marie, what are you doing with your hands over there? And then, oh wait, there we go. And then we could zoom in. Hold on, let me play around with this camera a little bit. What were you doing?
Picking this up.
Okay.
So fun, look.
And now we go up. And now we're back to normal. I got to learn how to like manipulate these cameras a little smoother. But I think having the Stream Deck helps a lot.
Yeah.
And now Carla Marie's got her own Stream Deck that she can use.
I can. I'm not touching it.
It's not really like set up yet.
It's cool.
But
look, I'll show you. Hold on.
Well, you can adjust your own camera, right?
No, I want to show you.
Oh.
It's got my little...
Oh, to go to this camera here. It's tough because it's light.
It's my emote on there.
Yeah, if anyone puts the Carla Marie with cat ears emote on the screen, that is her little icon to adjust her camera. So, on the list.
Hold on. Lenny said, if you go to Party City.
Yes.
Oh, it went fast.
Lenny right here? No.
No, not that one. Down. If you go to Party City and get Tiger Sistoon accessory, you'll see my daughter on the package.
Oh, no way. That's awesome. I hope you bought one so you can keep at least like the paper of that forever.
Oh, can we hit the birthday song? Whose birthday is it?
Yeah, I don't know. Is it Meg's birthday? I missed one.
Well, we don't know whose birthday it is, so we can't. Why don't you tell us? Oh, Rami, it was your birthday?
Where? Oh, there we go.
Oh, there's a bunch of them.
Happy birthday, everybody. You know, we probably missed a ton of birthdays over the past 2 weeks. So to anyone who celebrated since the last time we were here, happy birthday.
Look, I want to show off my shirt.
Yeah, go for it. There, everyone can see it now. It's just a bunch of hocus pocus.
It says that on the back?
Yeah. It says it's just a bunch of.
That's the problem with shirts that say things in the back. You don't get to, appreciate.
Well, that's like the shirt I'm wearing. So this is
The back has so much on it.
So DJ Vega came out with a collaboration with this company. If you don't know DJ Vega, he's a friend of ours here in Seattle. He early days of Twitch, he would do mixes for us. But the back of the shirt has.
Well, stop! I did the same thing. Okay, there you go.
It's got his logo. His is the bottom one, obviously, and then
Street.
The company he did it with.
Oh, that's cool.
There's a lot going on, and I can't even see it.
Jilly Beans asked when we left Elvis's show because she's listening to old 15-minute morning shows.
Yeah.
And she's in March of 2019, and she keeps hearing us being mentioned. But they didn't start 15-minute morning show until after we left.
Yeah.
So we left February 2016.
They didn't really do a ton of podcasting until we left.
Until we proved that podcasting could get you somewhere.
That's when Brooklyn Boys started. That's when, Serial Killer started after that. Obviously, the 15-minute morning show. Who else had a podcast there?
That's it. That started after we left. At least that's still around.
Yeah.
Because wasn't Danielle also doing one with Garrett?
I think for like a week. They're both very busy people. So getting them to actually sit down, getting anyone to sit down and do a podcast is tough. If you don't have a whole team that's going to do it for you. What are you reading? You stopped.
I was very confused as to what was happening, and then my brain had to do like work to make it happen.
Yeah.
Rihanna's in here.
Oh, hi.
Your brother's fiance.
Hello.
And she said, play the Patricia's version. And I'm like, who the hell? But she said, I was very confused what it was.
So Patricia's is a restaurant in Brooklyn that also has a location in Aruba. And we went there, I believe, the last day that we were in Aruba. And much like we love playing the birthday song here, they love celebrating birthdays at Patricia's of Brooklyn.
They it's not just singing.
Yeah.
It's
Sparklers.
The whole music plays in all the speakers. It was a time.
It's a good time. And they must have had 75 birthdays that night.
Yeah. It's wild. But we were in.
And it was a very Italian sounding birthday.
I'm so confused. What's happening?
What?
Your brother just said, what is Rihanna's username? His fiance? Can't tell you. Maybe she's hiding it from you.
I don't even know what it is because I didn't see the message.
I did. It's her name.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's pretty funny. It's also funny because I wouldn't put it past both of them to be in the same room. But I know they're not. But I wouldn't put it past them. This chat is great. I need to go back to here. Oh, it's on the bottom of the screen now. For some reason, a bunch of things didn't connect today. So we got to work on that.
So everyone sees it saying connecting?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, so I'll put it on the screen now.
There are more things on the list, but we really didn't talk about our vacation at all.
We went to Aruba.
It was a good time. And neither of us had ever been.
No,
so when we left the show on Thursday,
Yeah.
we had no idea what we were doing.
No, we were still going to go to Jordan.
No, we had gotten the text from your mom that morning. Your dad that morning.
Oh, that's right.
That said, I'm
What?
I'm proposing canceling the trip. Please respond ASAP.
So we ended up going to Aruba, which honestly, the fact that it was put together that last minute, I mean, my family in Jersey, they had less than 24 hours from the time they planned that adjustment to when they all left. And it ended up being a vacation that I didn't know I needed because it was very relaxing.
Until Carla Marie told you about it?
No, it wasn't what's trending. No, it was very relaxing. And everyone did a very good job of giving anyone their space. Whatever people want to do, you got to do whatever activities, stay home if you wanted to.
We stayed at a cool Airbnb.
Yeah.
We had a pool.
It was great. And Aruba's beautiful.
Yeah.
If you just want to go relax in like South New Jersey, you go to Aruba.
The weather was gorgeous. The water was amazing. I snorkeled. I saw puffer fish kissing. I saw sea turtle. I saw dory. I saw striped little fish. I saw crabs everywhere.
So you went snorkeling.
It was so cool. And we just had a good time. We went on ATVs.
The ATV
we jumped
ride was
off
pretty
cliffs.
cool. Yeah. And I mean, listen, we got to, while Carla Marie was snorkeling on the catamaran, I was just hanging out, drinking some drinks, enjoying life. And then what was cool actually was the original trip was supposed to be 2 weeks when we were going to Jordan and then Palestine and Israel. And we only did Aruba for 1 week, obviously. So we got back and briefly contemplated just getting back to work, doing the show, getting back in the podcast a week early. And we realized, you know what? We rarely have time to not only relax in Seattle, but also set things up without rushing. And that's what, I mean, I probably spent 4 days in a row. I probably spent 6 to 8 hours in this room adjusting things. And obviously we're not fully done yet.
We need another week off.
But it really helped.
Yeah. You know, when people are like, I need a vacation after my vacation. We had that.
Yeah.
And it was great.
I took probably 2 full days of doing absolutely nothing in Seattle.
Well, it would have been wild.
Because
we came back from Aruba. We landed at 11:30 p.m. Saturday. I was up by like 6:30 a.m. Sunday morning and at the game last weekend. If we would have had to work that, I would have been dead.
Yeah.
Like even today, I'm exhausted from the game. Yeah. But that would have sucked.
I'll tell you what. If you ever want to be on a completely empty plane, take the flight from Houston to Seattle. It wasn't even that late of a flight. Yes, it was a Saturday, but it wasn't like a red eye or anything. I just don't think there's a very strong Houston to Seattle pipeline.
Yeah, it was crazy.
We were one of maybe, I'm being generous here, 30 people on that plane.
It was so nice.
And it was a full.
I sat in my own row.
It was a full, big ass 747, totally empty. Mm-hmm. I mean, the flight attendants must have been so happy.
They gave me so many snacks, and I didn't eat a single one of them. They just kept dropping snacks on the seat.
Well, they need to get rid of some of them. I hate when I wake up and there's a snack on my tray, like one of those stupid biscotti. What is that? Biscotti cookies.
I like them when I'm starving.
I hate them.
Hold on. Could we talk about like why you're not a snorkeler? I was like full blown.
Yeah.
What is that? Life jacket, goggle, snorkel, peace out. Fins in the water, and you're just like sitting on the boat sipping your cocktail.
Well, the first place that we stopped, I grabbed a pool noodle, jumped in, and just enjoyed myself in the water. I just didn't feel like snorkeling. I wanted to relax.
Although, to be honest, the second stop, they told us we had to wear our fins because the water was so rough that we wouldn't be able to get back to the boat. And I was like, what are you talking about? I definitely needed the fins. I
think everyone did.
But they were heavy on my feet, and I don't know how that would have been for the Achilles.
It probably wouldn't have been great.
But it was so rough out there. Like, the waves were smacking me in the face out in the middle of the Caribbean. Mm-hmm. And Rihanna and I were out there, and another boat comes and almost squishes us with our boat.
That's how
it was very dangerous.
I was just hanging out.
It was fun.
On the catamaran.
It was like getting seasick in the water.
Does that actually happen?
Well, I was floating.
Oh, I guess. Why do we have eviction notice on here? Am I getting kicked out of the house? What's going on?
Are we going to do this now? What time is it? 53?
Yeah.
Oh, Justin said, wow, totally skipping that I was there too. But you weren't really because you were swimming down to the bottom.
My brother Justin is like half fish. He's a great swimmer, gets in the water. He can snorkel, scuba, do all the things.
Like I didn't go down deep. And then he was, and then I watched him go up to a fish's little house, and the fish came out and looked at him like this, and they were face to face staring at each other.
But yeah, he's very good in the water. Yeah. Whereas my other brother Michael and I, we were just kind of hanging. We both did jump in the water the first time, the first stop, enjoyed ourselves, and then decided, you know what?
You guys aren't adventure seekers.
I told myself the second we found out we were going to Aruba and not doing all of the crazy adventurous things we were going to do in Jordan and Palestine and Israel. I said, I'm just going to go full relaxation mode. Mm-hmm. I am not doing a damn thing.
Did you even go in the pool?
Yeah, I went in the pool. But I just kind of sat there, full relaxation mode.
He didn't even work out.
Leisure Suit Larry was in full effect. There's an old video game.
Oh.
Leisure Suit Larry.
Okay. All right, so
Eviction notice.
So I saw the story come across my feed yesterday, and I thought it was hilarious. So there's a 75-year-old woman in Italy who took her 40 and 42-year-old sons to court because they will not move out of her home. They don't work. There's one thing to live with your parents to whatever age while you're working. Go for it. They do not work. In her filing, she refers to them as parasites.
And her own kids. How do you even live in a house like that?
It's an apartment.
It's an apartment?
Yes.
Jeez.
She says they eat her food, they do everything, and they don't contribute.
Okay.
And the court said, ma'am, you are correct. They have until December 18th to get the hell out of your home.
Imagine living in that house right now, though. Like your mom took you to court, your kids suck.
Yeah.
And you're just living in that apartment all in, I don't know, a tiny ass space.
Italian mom evicts sons. Italian mother wins court case to evict 2 sons in their 40s.
Listen, I am all for it.
Me too.
I understand. Listen, I think people go through things, and if you've got a supportive family and you need to move back home or live there a little longer, great.
This is why Italian men are hard to date.
But if you're just being a leech, if you're not actually doing anything on your own, at some point you're an adult. Your parents raised you long enough. They deserve some time to do their own thing.
This is one trait of Italians that actually transcends generations, even though they've crossed country lines.
Yeah.
Because I feel like Italian men are the absolute worst when it comes to this.
A lot of them are like mama's boys.
I will argue, I don't think there is a single nationality that is more of a mama's boy.
Yeah.
You can't.
I mean, it's up there. Middle Eastern people are up there as well. But I think Italians have them beat. Yeah. And
because I think most times the mom reciprocates it back too. Yeah. For Italians.
I mean, it's also because grown ass Italian men will call their mom mommy. That's weird. Right?
I don't call her mommy. I refer to her as mommy.
No. The whole thing is weird. But you also get away with it because you're a girl. I think for a guy, it's way weirder.
My brother calls my mom mommy to me.
And he's 50?
But not to her. We're not like mommy.
Why does he just say mom?
Because it would be so weird if I was talking to either of them and be like, did you call mom today? Ew, mommy.
I don't know if I've ever called my mom mommy.
But that's I don't call my grandma.
being preschooler.
How is that different than Grammy, nanny, poppy?
I don't use any of those words, so it's hard for me to.
Well, then you know what? I'm sorry. Don't hate on my heritage.
But yes, Italian men are definitely at their mom's hip, tied to their mom's hip a little more than anyone else. And like you said, the mothers oftentimes reciprocate it.
Yeah.
They will be a little more overbearing.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of nationalities will tell you that their moms are overbearing. I think Italians probably take the cake, though. I know Jewish moms can also be overbearing, too. Like ethnic Jews, they can also be very overbearing. It's whether they're religious or not doesn't matter. Right. It's weird.
Yeah.
Why is that?
I don't know.
Why is it? No, you're Italian.
It's weird because
what's with your mom? Why's your mom?
I can't give that example when it comes to my mom and my brother because my brother is, although my brother did live at home until he was 30, which is not out of the ordinary, but it was the 90s, early 2000s. So it kind of was.
I remember more sense, yeah.
I remember making fun of him for living at home till he was 30. And then it was him and my cousin were in a battle to see what age they would be when they moved out of their parents. And then it was which sibling out of all of us would be the oldest when they get married. And my brother was like, no one's going to beat me. I win.
But your brother also, I feel like you have to remember that up until I'd say kind of recently, you didn't move out of your parents' house until you were married. That's unless you have to get a job somewhere.
He didn't. My sister didn't, but my sister also got married at 23.
Yeah. But I think most, that's a newer thing of just
our generation, I think. Really.
Yeah. Because your brother would be Gen X. He's not a millennial, right? So maybe it's a more millennial Gen Z thing.
Definitely is.
Because I know both of my uncles, neither of them moved out of my grandmother's house until they were married. They both got married in their 30s, so that they were still living with my grandmother in their 30s. But it was just they're not married, so they're living with mom.
It's nice.
I don't know.
Part of me man, I really wanted to move out of my parents' house. I was so excited to, like, at the time, move in with the guy I was dating. But now, like, looking back, I wish I stayed home and saved all that money.
Yeah. Listen, and you were also in a situation where you were still living pretty close to work. You didn't have to.
I did not have to.
Getting from where you grew up to Jersey City or to New York, where we were working, pretty quick.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you could have saved way more money. How much were you paying in rent in Jersey City?
Actually, it wasn't much because we were splitting it. I think at the time I was, rent-wise, it was like rent and utilities, I was paying $1,000 a month.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
I know.
Especially now, some people will hear that's not bad at all and think we're crazy. That's not bad at all for that part of America.
I think my apartment, because I recently looked it up because I was curious, I think it's doubled.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think we were paying $1,750 a month for a 1-bedroom view of New York City.
Mm-hmm.
Amenities, everything. That was in 2014, 2015, which is crazy to think about.
I mean, you can't get that in Seattle now.
No.
You can't get, I'm trying to think of smaller cities because New York is obviously going to be always one of the top. New York, Jersey City, Hoboken are going to be some of the more expensive places to live. But yeah, 17 sounds pretty good for today. I would love to pay that. I know people in very similar buildings in Jersey City and Hoboken now that are paying $3,500 a month for kind of the same type of apartment. I can't talk.
Renee said, my parents didn't bother me much. I went away to college, but didn't move out until 3 months before my wedding.
Yeah.
But I'm sure you weren't like a POS like these guys were.
Yeah, you aren't like 40, not working, just living off of your parents.
Right.
And again, I go back to most parents do want to support their kids as long as reasonable, right? Most parents aren't going to say, okay, well, you're 18 now, get the hell out.
Which is crazy because my mom, if I was like, Mom, I'm moving back home, I think she'd love it until I showed up with 4 cats.
The cats would throw things off. But I think
if my dad wasn't allergic, I truly believe that I probably would have, at some point in these last few years since we left radio, I probably would have moved back home to my parents' house.
So next time they ask you why you don't move back to New Jersey, why don't you just blame your dad?
Well, not New Jersey as a state, like to their house.
Yeah, why don't you just say that?
I can live in the state with cats.
Okay, but
I do blame my dad as why I haven't moved to their house.
Yes. So just bring that up.
My mom's like, well, we'll figure it out. I'm like, absolutely not.
Your mom's going to figure it out by leaving the door open for the cats.
No, she'll figure it out by leaving the door open for my dad.
That's true.
In a heartbeat.
Let's see. Marijuana said, my parents were fine with me living at home as long as I was working or in school.
Yeah.
I think most parents, keep in mind, this Italian woman who managed to be the only Italian mom to kick out her sons, her thing was that they were both in their 40s.
Parasites.
Not working, living off of her. I think most people, not even just parents, most people just want to know that you're making an effort, right? Are you doing something to better yourself so that this isn't forever? And if you are, great. And if you're not, you're on your own because that's going to be the thing that motivates you to change. What?
Okay, so this article, it says that the judge sided with retired mother who is separated from the men's father and whose pension went entirely on food and maintenance of the home, ruling that the two, this is the judge, right? Ruling that the two Bambaccioni, or big babies, have until December 18th to vacate the premises.
That's got to be I just can't imagine the atmosphere in that apartment from now until December, 11th? 18th.
The men who hired lawyers to fight the maternal eviction, according to the local newspaper, argued that Italian parents are required by law to take care of their children as long as necessary. So I was like, wait, what? I saw this yesterday. And it's something, they're required by law to provide maintenance. So I think it's like, just because your kid turns 18, you legally can't like just cut them off, apparently. But the judge argued that 40 and 42 years old it's not reasonable. It's not reasonable.
Yeah. I think everyone would agree.
Which is a pretty interesting law. This is not the first time mamoni, an Italian term used to describe adult men who are too dependent on their mothers, has cropped up in the legal system. Mamoni. Okay,
that's a great term.
Mamoni and what was the other one? Bambaccioni.
Sounds like a good law firm. Good Italian law firm. Call us at Bambaccioni and Mamoni. We'll get your kid out of your house.
So, after going to Aruba, we were like we were talking to our ATV guides, and they were explaining how like kids in Aruba learn 4 languages before they're like 10 years old.
Yeah.
Once again, I was like, man, I suck. Like, or just like the fact that like we aren't really taught, like kids now in America are taught Spanish, which is great when they're young. And then you and your whole family were like talking in Arabic and teaching, like saying this is what this words mean, or I would ask like, what does this word mean? I was like, that's it. I'm learning Italian.
Go for it.
So I've been using Duolingo. I missed my streak day yesterday. I'm real pissed about it, but I've been learning.
What was your streak?
I think only 5 days. I just started.
Okay.
And I'm learning words, but I have no one to talk to.
Yeah, that's tough. When you don't practice, you can't practice it.
Yeah. But Google, so we have a Google Hub in the kitchen, and you can turn it on to interpreter mode, which is really cool because then you just say sentences and words, and it immediately repeats it back to you. You don't have to be like, hey, can you say this? It just does it. So I've been having fun with that.
Angela in Spokane said they heard that too while they were doing a tour in Aruba. That
yeah, that's right.
Arubians, by the time they graduate high school, they speak 4 languages. And that's a newer thing in Aruba. And what the tour guide was telling us was essentially when the country realized that tourism was going to be their big industry, they realized they were going to need to be more accessible to the rest of the world. Mm-hmm. So they grow up, and in their homes, they speak the native language of Aruba, which is Papiamento. They start learning English pretty early,
but they
also learn it mostly from entertainment.
He said they don't learn it in school. They learn English from movies, TV shows, and music.
And then they learn Spanish and French, right? Was it? Dutch. And because they're technically part of the Netherlands. Mm-hmm. So Dutch is actually, I think, the first, every part of school is in Dutch. Mm-hmm. So it's Papiamento, Dutch, English, Spanish, and they have to be proficient.
He said by 10 years old.
In all of it to graduate high school, and they will get left back if they're not proficient in one of those 4 languages. And I just thought it was so cool because the guy was telling us that it was essentially like a government and societal decision to make that part of the core curriculum, to make sure that their kids later on would be prepared for whatever life gave them, whether it was working in tourism here, working abroad, because they can also go to European schools since they have EU passports. Cool. They can, a lot of them will often, if they want to go to higher education, will go to the Netherlands. And it's also like a weird system they got going on because Aruba can make all of its own laws. They have their own governor, and they vote for them, but they are under the Dutch king. So the Dutch can tell Aruba to do whatever they want, I guess, as well. It's a weird situation, but it works out.
I did see that Meg asked how much is Duolingo. It's free. There are paid versions. Like every time you complete a level, it like makes you watch a 60-second ad, and I just watch it.
Yeah.
It's fine. Or there's also like paid versions where you don't, there's a limit to the amount you can do in a day on the free version.
So you can only do a certain amount of lessons a day.
I'm currently doing the free version.
I tried doing it with Arabic a little while ago, and at the time they only had Arabic's a weird language because it's different when you write it versus when you speak it, and it's also different based on the Arab-speaking country that you're in. Like Moroccan Arabic is very different than Arabic from the Levant or the Levant, which would be Lebanon, Palestine, Syria, and Jordan.
Okay,
those 4 are
and Egypt is also different.
Egypt is wildly different.
So you couldn't talk to my Egyptian friends from college?
No.
Not at all?
There are a couple of words that translate, but not a lot. And when I found this out was kind of recently. I always thought they were more similar than they are. Mm-hmm. And we were driving, I think it was over the summer. I was driving with my parents to my aunt's house, which is like an hour away from my parents' house. And I was putting on some Arabic songs, and I was asking my parents what some of them said. And all the Egyptian songs I put on, they said, we have no idea. And I remember thinking to myself, we grew up like at our weddings and church events playing those songs. And I always thought my parents understood it, but it would almost be like playing Daddy Yankee at a college party where like some people might speak it and everyone else just thinks it's a fun song.
Yeah.
And that's it.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So Egyptian, Moroccan, all like the African Arab speaking countries are different than what I speak.
Okay, cool.
I'm sure there are other variations as well. Yeah, Iraqis I can usually understand. It's
But he's
just
saying they have different dialects.
it's a little
Makes sense.
different. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to try to bring a new Italian phrase every day. Today we learned mamoni.
And was it Bam?
So big baby
Yeah.
is bambaccioni.
Bambaccioni.
I think that's how you say it.
Bambaccioni.
And mamoni is adult men who are baby mamas.
I really
Or
hope
baby
that
mamas.
baby Mama's boys.
Mama's boys.
What? Say it again. Mamoni.
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 Uh-huh. Mammoni.
I really think that's a term we should bring
To America.
into American culture. Mamoni. Like if you're talking to one of your friends who's dating a new guy and she's like, oh well, he still lives at home with his mom. You're like, well, be careful. You don't want to fall for a mamoni. You know.
It also sounds like a meat.
Is being a mamoni a red flag?
100%.
But what if they just have a really great relationship with their family?
How do you say red flag in Italian? Bandiera rosa.
Okay, that makes sense. It actually sounds. I feel like if you told me that, I would have guessed red flag.
Oh.
Nick and NYC said it's the definition of a red flag.
Yeah.
Being a mamoni.
Bandiera rossa.
I don't like this guy. Siri.
Bandiera rossa.
I don't like the Apple one.
Oh, I will say this one last thing before we get out of here.
Spumoni Martha.
Spumoni. No, what was the place we went to? Patricia's.
Yeah.
Of Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
When we were there was clearly our waiter was like full on Italian.
Yeah, he was like Italian that you read about in One Italian Summer, the book.
Like a romance novel.
Yeah, but like there's no like Italian romance lover in the book. But when they talk about like the Italian guys, like that was the man I had been picturing in my book all week.
He was like a tall, very charming, charismatic Italian. Like
it was crazy.
And he had a real Italian accent, like a New
nice.
Jersey, Staten Island Italian accent.
Well, that's not an Italian accent. That's a New Jersey Staten Island accent.
Because I guess Josh Martinez also has that accent. The guy who's on Z100 New York. He's from Staten Island, but he's Puerto Rican.
Yeah, so.
But he sounds like all of my Italian friends from Staten Island.
Yeah, it's
too.
not an Italian thing. It's just people that can't speak. No offense, Mom.
And with that, it is time for us to get out of here.
Wait,
Thank
you were going to say, were you talking?
I was just talking about that guy. He was he made the Italian experience in that restaurant so much more authentic.
Well, real
Even
Italians
though
are
we were in Aruba.
real Italians are like dreamy. New Jersey Italians.
I bet you if you went to Italy, I was about to say Italy. I bet you if you went to Italy, there'd be some non-dreamy Italians as well.
Have you ever seen, I saw this video last night, that's why it's fresh in my head, but I have seen other women saying this about Europe in general. But the video this woman posted last night was me coming to Europe and understanding why all the pickpocketers are women. And they start showing all the cops and they're all ripped in their tight outfits, got like a fate, like they're like all F-boys. And no matter where she went, she would show videos of all the cops in every country, and they're so hot. And I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. You come to America.
I have not
like,
seen. That's not in my TikTok algorithm.
So good.
It is time for us to get out of here. Thank you very much for allowing us to take that break that we very, very much needed.
Yeah.
And being here when we got back. Don't forget, there is a new episode of the Morning Show podcast that is available wherever you get your shows. And day by day, this studio and these camera angles are going to look a little different every day.
Well, happy Halloween tomorrow. I can't wait.
Later. Let me turn this guy off.
There we go.
Why are you in my shot?
Oh, well then, where's mine?
Well,
Okay.
you're there.
Wait, so I can't put my hands past here?
Yep.